Can't make it, Mom texted about my graduation. Later, Instagram. Family dinner for sister's Walmart promotion. I left alone, stopped 4 years' rent, let her pay. By morning, 94 calls. 3 years of late nights, early mornings, and sacrificed weekends. 3 years of working full-time while pursuing an MBA. 3 years of turning down social events, missed trips, living on coffee and sheer willpower. And it all came down to this. Saturday, May 18th, 10 a.m. Graduation ceremony in the University Pavilion. I sent my parents the date 6 months ago. I reminded them 3 months ago. I sent another reminder a month ago. I called them 2 weeks ago to confirm. We'll be there, my mom said. We wouldn't miss it for the world, sweetie. That was 2 weeks ago. On Friday evening, the day before graduation, I wrote in the family group chat, "Tomorrow at 10, can't wait to see you all there. I reserved seats in section B." My dad replied, "Looking forward to it, Nicole. Proud of you, sweetheart." My younger sister Amanda sent a thumbs up emoji. Mom put a heart in the message. I went to bed feeling good. I was nervous about the ceremony, but I felt good. My family would be there. I set out my cap. After 3 years of hard work, after being told I was crazy for going back to school at 29, after proving everyone wrong, they would be there to see me walk across the stage. I woke up at 7 a.m. on Saturday morning. I took a shower, put on my dress under my gown, and double-checked that my cap was on straight. I looked at myself in the mirror and felt something I hadn't felt in a long time. Pride. I did it. Even though I worked 50 hours a week, despite having no personal life outside of work and school, despite everyone telling me that an MBA wasn't worth it, that I was fine in my current job, that going back to school was a waste of time and money, I really did it. My phone buzzed at 8:15 a.m. I was in the car halfway to campus. "Mom, honey, I'm so sorry. Something happened. We won't be able to come today." I read the text 3 times while sitting at a red light. "We won't be able to come. Something happened." The light turned green. Someone honked. I drove forward on autopilot, pulling into the gas station parking lot. I called her. It went to voicemail. I called my dad. Voicemail. I wrote in the family chat. "What do you mean you can't come? The ceremony starts in an hour and a half." No response. I sat there in my car in my graduation gown at the Shell gas station and felt something cold settle in my chest. They weren't coming. After 3 years, after all the reminders, after we wouldn't miss this for anything, they weren't coming. I wanted to go home, to skip the ceremony altogether. What was the point of walking across the stage if no one was there to see it? But I had worked too hard, sacrificed too much. I wasn't going to let their absence take that away from me. I drove to campus, parked. I went to the pavilion. I found my place in the sea of graduates. Families were arriving around me. They were taking photos, hugging their graduates. Proud parents, excited brothers and sisters, grandparents with cameras. Everyone had someone. I sat alone and pretended to check my phone. The ceremony began at 10:03 a.m. The dean spoke about achievements, perseverance, and the future. I heard maybe half of it. I spent the other half scanning the crowd, hoping they might show up late. Maybe can't make it meant running late. They never showed up. My name was called at 11:52 a.m. Nicole Catherine Morrison, Master of Business Administration, specializing in finance, summa cum laude. I crossed the stage. I shook the dean's hand. I accepted my diploma. I smiled at the official photographer. The audience applauded politely, as they did for everyone else. No one stood up. No one cheered. No one shouted my name. I returned to my seat and sat down. Around me, other graduates received standing ovations. Families shouted their names. Air horns, air kisses. One woman's entire extended family rushed the stage for photos. I sat there with my diploma on my lap and felt nothing. The ceremony ended at 1:15 p.m. Families flooded the field. Photos everywhere. Graduates were crying, hugging their parents, celebrating. I took one selfie with my diploma. I posted it on Instagram with the caption, "MBA done summa cum laude. 3 years of work finally complete. Then I went to my car and drove home. My phone was silent the whole way. No calls, no texts, no congratulations or sorry we missed it or anything. I got home at 2:30 p.m. I changed out of my cap and gown. I sat on the couch in my empty apartment and looked at my diploma, Master of Business Administration, summa cum laude, top 5% of my class. It's worthless if no one cared. I opened Instagram thinking maybe I had gotten some congratulations from friends, from colleagues, from anyone. I had notifications, likes on my graduation post, a few comments from colleagues, and then I saw it. Posted 45 minutes ago from my mother's account, a photo of my whole family at a restaurant. Mom, Dad, Amanda, Amanda's boyfriend, Josh. Everyone dressed up, everyone smiling. Balloons in the background, a cake on the table with "Congratulations, Amanda," written in frosting. The caption read, "Family dinner, celebrating our Amanda's big promotion. So proud of our girl for becoming a senior shift manager at Walmart. Hard work pays off." I looked at the photo. They weren't at my graduation because they were at Olive Garden, celebrating Amanda's promotion to senior shift at Walmart. I scrolled through the comments. Aunts and uncles congratulate Amanda. Family friends say how proud they should be. Amanda responds with heart emojis and "Thank you so much." The post had 78 likes. My graduation post had 11. I looked at the timestamp. Posted at 1:28 p.m. just as my ceremony was ending. They didn't just miss my graduation. They planned it. The restaurant reservation, the cake, the balloons. It wasn't something that happened. It was planned, organized, chosen. They chose Amanda's promotion at Walmart over my MBA graduation. I carefully put down my phone, got up, went to the kitchen, opened the cabinet where I kept my files, found the folder labeled Parents' Rent. I had been paying my parents' rent for 4 years. It started when I was 26. Dad lost his job. They were about to lose their apartment. I was making decent money at work and had some savings. They needed help. Just for a few months, Mom said, until Dad finds something new. Dad found a new job 3 months later, but the rent payments never stopped. At first, they said they needed time to get back on their feet. Then it was Amanda's car that needed repairs. Then it was medical bills. Then it was just expected $1,500 a month. Automatic transfer, first of every month, 48 months. I did the math on my phone calculator. $72,000. I gave my parents $72,000 over 4 years, and they couldn't come to my graduation because they were celebrating Amanda's promotion to the senior shift at Walmart. I opened my banking app, found the automatic payment, the one due in 2 days, on June 1st. I canceled it. Then I opened my text messages. I looked at my mom's text from that morning. Something came up. We won't be able to come today. I looked at her Instagram post. The whole family smiling, celebrating Amanda. I started typing. Congratulations on Amanda's promotion. A senior shift at Walmart is definitely worth missing your daughter's MBA graduation. I'm sure that extra 2 hour will really help the family. Speaking of helping the family, I canceled the automatic rent payment. After 4 years and $72,000, I think it's time for Amanda to contribute with her big raise. I'm sure that between her new senior salary and all the pride you have in her, you'll figure it out. Enjoy the cake. I read it 3 times, edited it once to add the dollar amount because I wanted them to see it. I wanted them to understand exactly what they were taking for granted. Then I hit send. I sent it to the family group chat. Mom, Dad, Amanda, all of them. Then I did something I had never done before. I blocked all 3 of them. I didn't turn off notifications. I blocked them. I didn't want to see the responses. I didn't want excuses, guilt trips, accusations that I was being dramatic or vindictive or cruel. I just wanted silence. I sat on my couch with my diploma and a glass of wine and let reality sink in. I had just cut off my family. Financially, emotionally, completely, and I didn't feel guilty. I felt free. That evening, my best friend Jessica called. She had seen my Instagram post. Hey, congratulations on graduating. How was the ceremony? It was fine. Did your parents make it? I took a breath. No, they skipped it to celebrate Amanda's promotion to senior shift at Walmart. Silence on the other end. I'm sorry, what? I told her everything. The Instagram post, the $72,000, the canceled payment, the block. Oh my God, Nicole. Did I go too far? No, God, no. You did the absolutely right thing. Then why do I feel so bad? Because you're human. Because it's your family. Because it hurts when the people who are supposed to love you show they don't care. I worked so hard, Jess. 3 years, and they couldn't show up for a Walmart cake. I know, honey, I know. Am I overreacting? Am I going to get torn apart in our family chat right now? Maybe, but you won't see it because you blocked them, which, by the way, is the healthiest thing you've ever done. It's not healthy, it's cruel. Nicole, listen to me. You paid their rent for 4 years. You worked full-time, got your degree, and still gave them $1,500 a month. And they couldn't spare 4 hours for your graduation. But they're my family. Then they should have been there. They should have respected you enough to show up. They should have appreciated what you sacrificed for them. But they didn't. So you did what you had to do. You put yourself first. I cried then. For the first time all day, I let myself cry. It hurt so much. I know, but you did the right thing, Nick. I promise, you did the right thing. The next day, I unblocked them long enough to read the messages. There were 42 of them, from all 3 of them. Mom, Nicole, this is ridiculous. You can't just cut us off because of one missed event. Mom, we were celebrating our daughter. You would have done the same thing. Mom, you can't cancel the lease without notice. We depend on that money. Dad, Nicole, your mother is upset. Call us. Dad, it's not what it seems. Let me explain. Dad, you're putting us in a terrible position. Please cancel the payment cancellation. Amanda, I didn't ask them to do that. It was Mom's idea. Amanda, Niku, please don't be so dramatic. It's just a job. Amanda, you've always been so selfish. Everything always has to be about you. I read them all. Every message, every excuse, every accusation. Then I blocked them again. Not once in any of the 42 messages did anyone say, sorry, or congratulations on your graduation. The next 2 weeks were strange. I went to work, I did my job, I told my boss about my degree. Congratulations, Nicole, that's fantastic. Your family must be so proud. Oh, yes, I said. They're very proud. I couldn't tell them the truth. I couldn't explain that my family had missed my graduation for a Walmart cake. At night, I sat in my apartment with my diploma and wondered if I had done the right thing. Maybe I was too harsh. Maybe I went too far. Maybe I should have just swallowed it, kept paying rent, pretended it didn't break something fundamental in me. But then I remembered that moment, sitting in my graduation gown in the Shell parking lot, reading We Can't Make It, and knowing that 3 years of my life, 3 years of work and sacrifice and late nights, none of it mattered to them. No, I did the right thing. A month passed. June 1st came and went without a rent payment. June 2nd, June 3rd, June 4th. No messages, no calls. I almost wondered if they had even noticed. Then, on June 7th, my Aunt Carol called me. Nicole, it's Aunt Carol. Hi. Sweetie, your mom called me. She said there was some kind of misunderstanding between you. So they had sent in the troops. It's more than a misunderstanding. She said you canceled their lease. They're panicking, Nick. They don't know how they're going to pay for an apartment. Maybe Amanda can help with her big raise. Pause. Nicole, I don't know what happened, but Aunt Carol, did you know when my graduation was? Huh? Your graduation? My MBA graduation, May 18th, and I worked 3 years to get this degree while working full-time. I graduated summa cum laude, top 5% of my class. Nicole, that's wonderful, but My parents didn't come. They skipped it to take Amanda to dinner at Olive Garden, to celebrate her promotion to senior shift at Walmart, with cake and balloons and an Instagram post. Silence. They didn't come to your graduation? No. Nicole, I paid their rent for 4 years, Aunt Carol. $1,500 a month. $72,000 in total, and they couldn't spare one morning for my graduation. My God. So when Mom calls you with complaints about the rent, maybe you can tell her to call Amanda. I'm sure her new salary of $13.50 an hour will really help. I hung up. Aunt Carol called back an hour later. Nicole, I talked to your mom. She didn't tell me about the graduation. I'm shocked. She said it was a misunderstanding, that they thought it was next week. She's lying. I know. I checked her Instagram. I saw the post about Amanda with the timestamp. Then why are you calling? To tell you that I'm proud of you for graduating, for standing up for yourself, for knowing your worth. My throat tightened. Thank you. And to tell you that if you ever want to talk, I'm here. Not as a family mediator, as someone who loves you and wants you to be happy. I appreciate that. You did the right thing, Nicole. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. After that phone call, everything solidified. I didn't feel guilty. I didn't feel remorse. I felt confident. I did the right thing. June turned into July. July turned into August. I started therapy. Not because I felt guilty about cutting off my family, but because I needed help processing why it was necessary. My therapist, Dr. Chen, was tough but kind. Tell me about your family, she said at our first session. I told her everything. $72,000, a missed birthday, an Instagram post, blocking. And how do you feel about that? Free, I said, but also awful. Is it okay to feel both? Absolutely. You can mourn the family you deserved while continuing to protect yourself from the family you have. I feel angry. At them or at yourself? At both. At them for never appreciating me. At myself for taking so long to stand up for myself. Nicole, you are not responsible for their choices. You are only responsible for your own. What if I chose wrong? Do you think you did? No, but other people think so. Other relatives call me, and they tell me I'm too harsh. That family is family, that I'll regret it. Will you regret it? I'll regret it if I don't do it. Dr. Chen smiled. Then you already know your answer. Weeks passed, then months. I started dating again, not seriously, just opening up that part of my life that I had closed off while I was studying. I met a man named David in September, a software engineer, smart, funny, kind. On our third date, he asked about my family. We don't talk, I said. Do you want to talk about it? Not now, maybe someday. Okay, when you're ready. I fell in love with him then, for not pushing, for respecting my boundaries, for allowing me to have a past that I wasn't ready to talk about yet. We dated for 4 months before I told him everything. We were sitting in his apartment drinking wine when it came out. My parents missed my graduation, I said, to celebrate my sister's promotion at Walmart. I paid their rent for 4 years. I canceled it and blocked them all. David didn't say anything for a long time. I'm sorry, I said. That's a lot. I should have warned you that I have drama. Nicole, look at me. I looked. You don't have drama. You have boundaries. Those are two different things. Some people think I went too far. Some people are wrong. But they're my family. And they should have acted like it. But they didn't. So you did what you had to do. You protected yourself. Don't you think I'm cruel? I think you're strong. And I think anyone who says otherwise has never been in a position where they had to choose between themselves and their family. That night, those words, they healed something in me that I didn't know was broken. By December, I had moved in with David. By February, we were engaged. By March, we were planning our wedding. And during that entire time, almost a year and a half, I didn't talk to my family. No calls, no texts, No messages through relatives. Silence. And you know what? I was the happiest I had ever been. Then, in April, 2 months before our wedding, Amanda found me at work. I was leaving the building at 5:30 when I saw her waiting by my car. "Nick," she said. I stopped. "Amanda, please don't go. I need to talk to you. How did you find out where I work?" "I called your company. I said I was your sister. They told me where the office was." "What do you want?" "I want to apologize. I waited. I was a terrible sister. Mom and Dad planned that dinner, and I should have told them no. I should have told them to go to your graduation. But I didn't, and I'm sorry." Okay, is that it? What else do you want me to say, Amanda? Congratulations on finally figuring that out 1.5 years later? It took me so long because I didn't understand. I thought you were overreacting. But then, she paused. Then Mom and Dad missed my birthday because they had a tennis tournament, and I understood. Understood what? How it feels when the people who are supposed to love you show you that you're not a priority, that you're not important. I'm sorry that happened to you. No, I deserved it. After what I did to you. We stood there, 2 sisters who were once close, now practically strangers. Why are you here, Amanda? Because I want to be there. At your wedding, if you'll have me. How do you know about my wedding? Aunt Carol. She said you were engaged. She showed me your Instagram post. I hadn't unblocked either of them, but I didn't make my social media accounts private. Anyone could see them. I don't want Mom and Dad there, I said. I know. I'm not asking for them. I'm asking for me. I want to be there for you, like I should have been at your graduation. It doesn't fix what happened. I know, nothing can, but maybe it's a start. Maybe I can prove to you that I've changed, that I see now how I was wrong. I looked at her, really looked at her. She looked different, older, tired, less confident than in that Instagram post with the cake and balloons. I'll think about it, I said. That's all I'm asking. Thank you, Nick. Thank you for at least listening. She left. I got in my car and sat there for 15 minutes without moving. That evening, I told David, "What do you think?" he asked. "I don't know. Part of me wants to believe her, wants to give her a chance. And the other part is afraid that I'll hurt myself again, that I'll let her in and she'll go back to her old ways. Then don't let her in completely. Give her a chance, but set boundaries. How? Invite her to the wedding, but not Mom and Dad. See how she behaves. See if she's really changed." It was good advice. The next day, I unblocked Amanda long enough to send a text. "You can come to the wedding, just you, not Mom, not Dad. If you tell them the details, the invitation is revoked." She replied instantly, "Thank you, Nick. I won't let you down, I promise." I blocked her again, but this time it felt different. This time it felt like an opportunity. The wedding was in June, a small ceremony, 50 guests, David's family cafe, my best friend Jessica, colleagues, friends, and Amanda. She came alone, dressed nicely, with a gift. "Congratulations," she said, hugging me. "You look beautiful. Thank you for coming. Thank you for letting me." She kept her distance most of the day. Not too close, not too far, just there. And when I threw the bouquet, she didn't even try to catch it. After the ceremony, she found me. "I'm about to leave, but first, I want you to know something." "Okay. I broke up with Josh a month ago." "Amanda, he wasn't a good person. You told me that for years. But I didn't listen. Now I'm listening. I'm proud of you. I have a lot of things to fix, a lot of things to change, but I'm working on it. I'm going to therapy. I got a new job. I'm trying to be better. That's all I ever wanted." She hugged me for real. "I love you, Nick. I'm sorry it took me so long to say it." "I love you too." After the wedding, David and I went on our honeymoon to Italy. 2 weeks of just us. No family drama, no stress, no painful memories. just the two of us, exploring Rome and eating way too much pasta. Happy? He asked one night as we sat on our hotel balcony. The happiest I've ever been. No regrets. About what? Cutting them off, building this new life. I thought about it. Really thought about it. No, I said. No regrets. It's the best thing I've ever done. Even if it meant losing your family? I didn't lose my family. I lost people who didn't act like family. Big difference. He kissed my hand. You're the strongest person I know. I don't always feel that way. Because strength doesn't mean not having pain. It means continuing to move forward despite the pain. We returned from our honeymoon to real life, work, bills, routine. But it was a different life than the one I had before graduation. It was a life I had chosen, a life I had built, a life that belonged to me. August passed, September, October. In November, a year and a half after graduation, I received a LinkedIn message from my dad. I stared at it for 10 minutes without opening it. Then, finally, I clicked. Nicole, I know you probably don't want to hear from me, but I need to tell you something. We failed you. Your mom, Amanda, and I failed you in a way I can't fix. We missed your graduation. We took you for granted. We didn't appreciate all that you sacrificed for us. I don't expect you to forgive us. I'm not asking you to let us back into your life. Oh, I just want you to know we were wrong. Right? You deserve better. You always deserve better, and I'm proud of you. For graduating, for standing up for yourself, for building a life that makes you happy. You're doing well, daughter. I can see it. Even from a distance, I can see it. With love, Dad. So I read it 3 times. Then I showed it to David. What do you think? He asked. I think he means it. For the first time, I think he really understands what happened. What do you want to do? I don't know. I'm not ready to let them back in completely, but maybe I can respond. Just acknowledge it. Then do that on your terms. I wrote back that night. Dad, thank you for your message. I appreciate your honesty. I'm not ready for full reconciliation yet, but maybe someday we can build something new. Right now, I'm just focusing on my life and my family, but I wish you and Mom all the best. Nicole. Not warm, not open, but honest. He replied the next day. That's all I can ask for. Thank you for not closing the door completely. When you're ready, if you ever are, we're here. After that exchange, something shifted slightly. I didn't unlock them. I didn't start communicating regularly, but the door went from locked to ajar. Maybe someday, years in the future, we could build something new. But right now, I was focused on my life, on my marriage, on my career, on the future I was building. Without guilt, without regret, without looking back. In December, I got a message from Amanda. Hey, can we talk? I called her. I'm sure. What's up? I got engaged. Amanda, that's wonderful. Who's the guy? His name is Chris. We met at work. He's patient and kind and nothing like Josh. I'm so happy for you. Pause. Then, would you be my maid of honor? I sat down. Amanda, I know I don't deserve this. I know I wasn't there for you when you needed me, but you're my sister, and I want you to stand by my side when I get married. When's the wedding? 8 months. That's enough time for you to decide. Let me think about it. Okay, but Nick, even if you say no, thank you for coming back, even a little. It means everything. I hung up and stared at my phone. A year and a half ago, I had cut them off completely, blocked their numbers, built a life without them. Now I was married, they were at my wedding, and my sister wanted me to be her maid of honor. Was this healing, or was I rolling back? I called my therapist. What do you want to do? She asked. I want to say yes, but I'm afraid. Of what? Going back to old patterns, becoming the person who sacrifices everything for them again. Do you think that will happen? I don't know. Nicole, you're not the same person you were 18 months ago. You have boundaries now. You have a partner who supports them. You have a life that doesn't revolve around fixing your family. So I can say yes without losing myself. You can say yes with conditions. You can participate on your terms. You can be her honorary bridesmaid without becoming her emotional ATM. How? By remembering that you can choose at every step. And if it stops working for you, you can walk away. I thought about it for a week. Then I called Amanda back. I'll be your maid of honor, but I need you to know something. Anything. I'm not the sister I used to be. I have limits now. I'm not paying for anything except my dress. I'm not managing family drama. I'm not fixing problems that aren't mine. If that works for you, I'm in. It works for me, I promise. Okay then, I'm in. She squealed. She actually squealed. Thank you, Nick. Thank you so much. And maybe, just maybe, that was what moving forward looked like. Not forgetting, not pretending it didn't happen, but choosing to try again. On my terms, with my boundaries intact. 2 years after graduation, I stood at Amanda's wedding as her maid of honor. My parents were there. They behaved well. They were respectful, different. My father took me aside during the reception. I have something for you. Another envelope. Inside, another check, $10,000. Dad, we're still paying you back, slowly, but we're doing it. You don't have to. Yes, we do. What we did was wrong. This is us making it right, no matter how long it takes. I hugged him. For real this time, not cautiously, just hugged him. Thank you. No, thank you for giving us another chance. Later, my mom found me. You look beautiful, sweetie. Thank you for being here for Amanda. Of course. Can I tell you something? Okay. When you cut us off, I was angry. Then I was sad, then I was defensive, but eventually I realized you were right. We failed you, and you had every right to protect yourself. Mom, I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm just saying that now I understand why you did what you did, why you needed space, why you built a life without us. Thank you for saying that. I'm proud of who you've become, even though we had nothing to do with it, maybe especially because we had nothing to do with it. We stood there in silence, 2 years of healing between us, not perfect, not fixed, but better. David found me at the end of the evening. How are you holding up? Fine, really fine. Your family seems different. They are different, or maybe I'm different. Maybe we're both different. Is it weird to be part of their lives again? A little. But it's on my terms now. That makes all the difference. He kissed my forehead. I'm proud of you. For what? For knowing when to walk away and for knowing when to try again. Driving home that night, I thought about the last 2 years, the graduation ceremony where I sat alone, an Instagram post that broke something fundamental, $72,000 in rent payments, a year and a half of silence, therapy sessions, boundaries, growth. And now, a husband who respected me, a family that was learning to do the same, a life that I had built entirely on my own terms. I didn't regret cutting them off. It was necessary. It saved me. But I also didn't regret letting them back in, slowly, carefully, on my terms. Because healing isn't linear. It's messy. It's complicated. It means learning when to hold on and when to let go. And sometimes it means learning that you can do both. That night, I got 2 checks, $25,000 in total. I could cash them, accept the payment, allow this to be closure, or I could save them, a reminder that they owed and that they were trying to pay back. In the end, I did neither.
I donated them to a scholarship fund for students who work full-time while pursuing their degrees. Students like I was students who needed support, because the money was never the point. The point was knowing my worth, setting my boundaries, choosing myself. And that was priceless. 3 years after graduation, my dad called me. Nicole, we're done paying you back. What? $72,000, we're done. And it took 3 years of extra hours, budgeting, and sacrifices. But we did it. Dad, I donated all those checks. I know.
Amanda told us. That's why we kept going. Because you didn't need the money. You needed us to prove that we understood, that we were sorry, that we were trying to be better. My throat tightened. You didn't have to do that. Yes, we did. For you and for us. To prove that we could be the parents you deserved. Are you? I don't know, but we're trying. Every day we try. That's all I ever wanted, Dad. For you to try. I know, sweetheart, I know. We talked for an hour about his job, my career, David, Amanda, life. We just talked, like a family should. That night, lying in bed next to David, I realized something. I didn't need them anymore, not like I used to, but I wanted them in my life, on my terms, as people who finally saw my worth, and that was enough. Because the best revenge isn't cutting people out forever. It's becoming so whole, so complete, so happy. Without them, that when you let them back in, it's not because you need them, it's because you choose them. And that's the difference in the world.